Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me.
It's
I'm
like,
married.
yeah, well,
I'm
probably the
married.
Jake.
I can't do that.
Yeah, whatever. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Yeah.
$1 million, bitch.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
That's how much Disney was paid to delay all their movies.
Yeah, easily.
We'll get to that later.
$1 million, bitch. What?
Let's get back to the show. My name's Jake.
Maybe per day.
That's Tyler, and this is Off Panel, Off Topic.
Off topic.
For those of you who did listen to my Halloween Kills review, thank you very much. So, yeah, we're double dipping this week. Although I said that was episode 16 and a half. Wasn't a full ep.
I think that's fair.
Because it was a solo show. I feel like it should be
wasn't
16.5.
I wasn't involved.
So this is episode 17.
I can't wait for a couple of weeks. I can't wait for next week when I can do my Dune review. And I can't wait for like 3 weeks or so when we get to do our Eternals review.
Yeah, I think we were originally going to do the Predator commentary this week, but we totally forgot that DC FanDome was going to be on Saturday. So
right.
Once all that shit came out, I was like, we have to talk about this because.
So we cooked up a story and dropped you into the meat grinder.
Yeah, we lied to you. Sorry.
We lied to you, Dylan.
Too many pencils.
Dutch. Wait, no, that's his name. Listen here. Listen
Dylan.
here, Dutch. Listen here, Dutch.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Classic film. We will do that. Probably on my birthday. I think we should do that on my birthday.
That'd be awesome. I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah.
That'll be my birthday present to you.
Is the commentary track for Predator?
Watching Predator with you.
Mm. Wow.
I'm
you know
a
what? If
cheap
we're gonna do it,
motherfucker.
we might as well do fucking RoboCop. If we're gonna do it. No, the first one.
Let's do both.
Well, not like back to back. That's a long night. Well, I mean, we could. Why are we talking about this on the air? So yeah, did a half episode talking about Halloween Kills, and I surprised even myself, Tyler. I did not think I could talk about that movie for 40 minutes, but I somehow found a way to do it.
Well, you and I have what my mom calls the gift of gab.
Well, no, I wouldn't say you have the gift of gab, but I don't. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know, got my own radio show.
Well,
fuck you, man.
There's a reason I wanted to podcast with you. You got that spunk on you.
I got
or in you. Anyway,
I believe they call it moxie. Oh, I moxied all over you. Oh, I'm gonna moxie any minute now.
Wow, what a fucking nightmare.
So anyway,
we're fucking idiots.
Somebody actually made a funny remix of that where it says, "Oh no, Sam Cedar, what a fucking nightmare." They made it into a song, and it's fantastic. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sam Cedar, what a fucking nightmare. Like, it works. You can make that into a song. And one of these days I'll learn how to do a cool remix. I can never do those. But anyway, yes, the commentary tracks are coming.
Jesus.
Long-winded way to say that.
We're also going to do the Passion of the Christ.
I just told you I did a 40-minute review by myself. You don't think I can't fucking ramble, Tyler? It's not surprising. What? So we totally forgot about DC FanDome, so we will do those commentaries. Either RoboCop or Predator, that will be on the feed, so check it out. And that's, it's something that
We're going to figure out how to do video when we do the commentaries.
We'll figure that out.
We should.
No, we don't. Why? Why would
So
somebody
they
want
can
to
watch
watch us watch a movie? I laugh at that, but that's popular on YouTube. Or Twitch. Twitch has a lot of watch-alongs. Oh, stop it. I didn't mean it. You have great ideas. I'm a dick.
I'm totally kidding.
I know. No, but you're actually onto something, because Twitch watch-alongs actually do pretty well.
I'm just saying, the whole point is for us to do
I know.
commentary on a movie.
My problem is I don't...
Strictly audio.
I want a better camera. I don't want to
fine.
do any video without a better camera, because I don't want it to look like shit.
There's some really good cheap ones out there. Maybe I'll get one for us. There are.
No, but
the technology is
the video,
advanced that you can get a decent camera for like $20.
I'm just saying that the whole video thing.
We'll talk about it.
I don't, because there's so many good video podcasts out there. I actually want to have some production if we're gonna do a video aspect. But the problem is that's extra editing on
I'll
top of it.
straight up get naked.
Wow.
If that'll help production
I
values.
guess we could just record it live, but we'll figure that out in the future and off the air. Yeah, but that's what I do like about this show. It's very similar to what we did with Tinfoil Radio. Is we're allowing ourselves to kind of play with the format. So 1 week we might do a deep dive, another week we'll do a fucking commentary, or and we'll even talk about ourselves because it's our show
We're
and
fucking awesome.
we're fucking great. So we're part of pop culture, just like you fuck. I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. You're a beautiful person. You know what?
I'll eat your ass.
Anyway.
That is a consolation prize for the ages.
Let's talk about DC FanDome.
Let's talk about it.
Da, 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 da.
So I used
Because
to
we don't talk about DC enough on this show. We do
don't.
talk a lot about Marvel.
Now, here's the thing: is that Jake and I off the air have had several discussions, arguments about how it's time for enough Batman movies. It's enough, right? And even with this new one, and
oh my God,
I got to be honest. My
You're gonna
mind
admit
is
you're wrong?
My mind is no, but my mind is coming around on this because I realize you can always take Batman in a more realistic direction than previously.
I think, yeah.
Almost.
Well, I think that's
You can almost, as long as you add enough like set pieces and shit and like kind of tweak it enough, it looks really fucking cool. What has Matt Reeves done again?
he did Dawn and War for Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
That's his big one. I don't know if he did other stuff before that, but those two big blockbusters that he's done.
But yeah, it looks fucking bad. It looks good.
And honestly, if you've seen those Apes movies, they're fucking great.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I like those a lot. So when it was announced that he was going to be doing this project, I was interested because I saw a lot of like amazing work with Dawn and War. So I was totally in. And well, I think what you're trying to what you've been saying is what a lot of people say. This is why Batman is so appealing to so many people. Is his character allows so much leeway in the creativity. As long as you have one core thing.
Yeah.
His parents were killed.
Yep.
And then you can tell whatever story of Batman you want.
And he dresses as a bat to terrorize criminals to make up for it. Other than that, it's really like, go for it.
So I like
Have
the
fun.
idea that the Batmobile is a fucking muscle car. I love
There
the
were
idea.
there were a lot of shots in that preview that I was like, wow, I was wrong.
Reeves said he wanted to make the most emotional Batman
That's what
movie.
it was.
But yeah, this is we're of course talking about the Batman.
I will say
that's
this,
what kind of
Matt,
closed it out.
Matt, if you fucking put a goddamn flashback scene of his parents getting killed in this, I swear to God, I'll come after you, dude. I'm totally
Well,
kidding.
it's gonna be in there because look how emo.
No,
Peter,
you can't.
Bruce looks.
Enough of that. You can't have it again. Every single
No, you
fucking,
need to see it.
No, shut up.
Yes, you do. You have to see it every movie. You are contractually obligated. So the Batman closed out the show. The Batman had a full-length trailer, unlike most of these movies we're going to be talking about, but had a full-length trailer, looked fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested in it, especially the fact that they made the Riddler, which I'm a little pissed about, kind of like a Jigsaw character. And the only reason I'm pissed about it is because Luke and I, a friend of the show, we had an idea of, like, what if they made a Batman movie like Saw, and it was the Riddler setting traps, and Batman had to get through them to save Robin. So the fact that they have like a Jigsaw-style Riddler pisses me off. Only in the sense of like, why didn't I write this down?
By the way, another project that should be green-lighted over at Warner Brothers, whatever, is
Damn it, I don't have the soundboard.
the Supermax, the Green Arrow project. Have you heard about this?
No.
There was a movie that was in pre-production, and it was called Green Arrow Supermax. And what it was is he got framed for something and got sent into like a prison with like all of the worst villains in the DC universe.
Yeah.
And he had to fight his way out.
Yeah.
And like by all accounts, the script is fucking amazing. The idea is cool as shit. The guy who was going to direct it was just going to be like, holy fuck. Like just a great new take kind of on Green Arrow. Not like you need one. Because he's not as I mean, he's got Arrow, I guess, but he's still pretty obscure to like
Yeah.
mainstream audiences. The League of Super Pets looks
no,
cool.
I don't want to talk about that yet.
Okay.
Because I'm not. Look, how much time are we gonna spend on fucking League of Super Pets? We haven't even barely talked about the Batman. I want to talk more about the Batman.
It's all right. No, the trailer was really cool. My thing about Robert Pattinson is he knows, and we all know by now that he signing that contract to appear in the Twilight movies was not something he should have done necessarily. And the only reason that is because he did have kind of a reputation for being like this hunky, romance movie like lead. And I don't know if you guys have seen the guys who did Uncut Gems. They did another movie with him, and he's like a meth head. He's also in that Lighthouse movie with Willem Dafoe, which is just, by all accounts, just insane. He's in Batman. He kicked ass in Tenet.
No, I don't. Well, first of all, I want to. But I know. But
what I'm trying to say is that he's come out and said like he's pissed at himself for doing those movies. But
why would he be? He got paid.
Guy, or will you let me fucking finish?
That's my point. Is you've been saying. I'm just saying you can't hate on the guy for making money.
I'm not. I was going to say I'm glad to see him. I like it when actors surprise me. And I did think he was one of those just, pretty boy actors. Like, dude, the guy who played the wolf character hosted Saturday Night Live. Then he dropped off the face of the earth. I don't even remember his
Taylor
name.
Lautner.
Whatever. Then he's gone.
I only know that because I was in high school when Twilight was coming out, so I heard nothing about, or all I heard about was fucking how hot Edward and Jacob were from Twilight, and they're like, oh my god, fucking Robert Pattinson, oh my gosh, Taylor Lautner, and I'm like, oh my god, blow my brains out. Anyway, back to the Batman.
So I'm excited because I enjoy him as an actor now. That was the point of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, well, you took 10 minutes to fucking say it.
No, you continue with your part of it because, I'm sorry that I ruined it. Hi, Puppy. Look,
Why am I
Puppy,
even a co-host?
Puppy even knows. Puppy would be a better co-host.
No, I appreciated it because I had to run and grab my soda.
Yeah, fine. Whatever.
Keep vamping.
I'll vamp right out the fucking door.
I'm gonna vamp out the door. Cooper, stop being a dog.
I think he's drinking water.
So what I thought about it was, it was such an interesting take, and it was such a new idea, and I love the fact that it's not tied to any sort of continuity, so it has that freedom to tell the story it wants to tell.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering when I was watching it, do you think it'd be R-rated?
I don't know. I mean, I think
Cooper, stop.
Studios, rightly so, are so afraid of the R rating because even though Deadpool has proved that it can be done, it's still a big risk at the box office to have an R-rated tentpole movie. It is. Because you are literally eliminating half of the people who might go see it because they cannot legally be... you understand? You know what I'm saying? So... PG-13, that's why they'll do whatever they can to get the PG-13 just because, I don't know. I think, I don't know.
It's going to be PG-13.
I don't know. I don't know if you
R-rated.
necessarily need to make an R-rated Batman movie. I don't. Maybe The Long Halloween, but no. But yeah, I'm excited to see it.
It doesn't help or hinder
We've
it.
talked about, previously on the show, we've talked about how we enjoy... And we think this is kind of the right way for DC and Warner Brothers to go with their DCEU, is to just say, you know what, we're going to make movies that we think are creatively substantial and creatively, daring, and we're going to make.
And we know they're going to make money because we know this IP sells.
We might tie some of them together. We might not.
It's one of those cases where I don't think a PG-13 rating helps or hurts it. So I think it'll
Honestly,
be fine either
yeah.
way. I think people are going to enjoy it.
It
no
is
what.
a big fucking movie.
But it does have the appeal of it looks like they had creative freedom.
Yeah.
And they were able to tell the story they want to tell.
That's one thing DC's got over Marvel.
And I think that's because they had the regime change and they had a new initiative when they went and got James Gunn was to, let that, because Gunn said they didn't impede on anything he was doing. They let him make the movie he wanted to make.
I remember one interview he said, the only way that I'll take this is if I can kill off whoever I want, including Harley Quinn. And they were like, okay.
Wow. Well, he was going to do a suit. They
he
were going to
wanted
give him
to-
Superman. They were going to give him Keys to the Kingdom.
Right, but he wanted to. He said he wanted to make Suicide Squad, and make it. The point of the movie was that how few of them were going to survive, and how you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He wanted to, I'm glad he didn't kill Harley Quinn.
I don't think he was going
don't
to.
think he would
I
get
think
away
he
with
likes
that.
writing that character too much to give
That
him.
opening scene is still so fucking. good.
I'm so intrigued because I was told that misleading things because I was told that Riddler was I think it was always going to be Riddler was the big one, but like Penguin was in the story, but Penguin's going to be like a mid-level boss, and then Riddler's going to be the main villain.
Mm.
I don't know if I believe that based on what I've seen, or maybe what they're showing us is just a small chunk of the movie, in the sense of this is only the parts that Penguin's in. But that's what I kind of love, and I'm noticing more is I think people are starting to understand how to properly make trailers again. To be honest, well, I do think that this probably gave too much away. I don't think every movie needs to have 3 trailers, but I think that if that is the case. If what we are seeing is only like a portion of the movie, that's pretty awesome.
Well, does it matter that this is the trailer that kind of sold me on it?
No, I think it's a good trailer.
I'm saying, I know what you're saying. Like, do we have to have 3 trailers? But the third
Well, what
one,
I'm saying is they
the
would.
third one is the one that sold me.
Yeah,
on
but
it.
what I'm saying is we
I was
have too many
skeptical up
trailers.
until that
We have too many trailers nowadays. Do show too much.
Sure, not enough.
Especially fucking Marvel trailers.
No, not enough.
We didn't see anything from the Suicide Squad from what we saw in the trailer. What we saw in the trailer was the first 10 fucking minutes. So maybe that's the case with this trailer, and if that's the case, that's brilliant. Another example we talked about on the show, the Matrix Resurrections trailer. I can't tell you what the fuck that movie's gonna be, but I'm excited to see it. Unlike The Amazing Spider-Man is a poster I have in my basement. The Man Cave Studio. I look at that movie. They showed the ending of that movie in the trailer. Or maybe the second one. Point is, this was a good trailer. And this gave me enough to be even more excited. Because I was already in, but this definitely really was like, oh man, I got to see this night one. You know what I mean? And I don't think I've had that experience watching a trailer in a while.
When I get home, incidentally, I'm going to buy tickets for Friday for Dune.
For yourself?
Well, you're going to be out of town, right?
Yeah. I thought, just saying, you can't wait a few days?
Okay,
You've
so
already waited for so long.
you
What's a few
calm
more
down,
days?
mister. Here's the thing that's nice about this is that there are no spoilers for that. I've read all of the books. I know what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
That's the first half of the first book.
If I do have to wait till Monday and go see it with you, or Sunday, whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
when you're coming back. But say I do. I don't have to stay off social media. I'm not going to accidentally see something like, oh my God, Duke Leto was killed. Like, yeah, that's kind of the impetus of the whole novel. Is
Wow,
that he
dude,
gets-
I didn't know that. Well, yeah, and I can't wait to talk about that because it's going to be interesting. Like I said, you reading the books, having the knowledge of
it's
the lore,
heavily inferred to
and
in the trailers. Just saying.
and me coming in and not knowing anything about Dune. I don't know. I didn't even
I'm
see
excited for you.
the original, like the original movie. That
You
they
never
dropped.
saw David Lynch?
No.
I'm excited
I
for
never
you.
watched that. I never watched the miniseries. I never watched anything. So I'm
Excited.
coming in completely clean slate. I've only watched the one trailer that was like the big one that they showed at theaters. That's all I know about it. So,
That was before Let There Be Carnage.
but it's also funny because now that we do this show and you being someone that's read the books, I'm excited about it. I felt like it was like something I had to do because like I have to see this movie because I know everybody's going to want to talk about this. and I want to be able to talk, and I like talking about movies. So, and it looks interesting. Like, dude, you can't see that trailer and not be like, this looks fucking epic. This looks insane. And not get interested in it. And that is me coming in as, and that's what a good trailer should do, like this fucking Batman trailer did, where it got me to be like, okay, I'm noticing you now, and I want to see this movie. Mm-hmm. So March 4th, 2022. We're so fucking close to a new Batman movie. You know what's going to be crazy is my wife is going to be like 8 months pregnant at that time. Oh, shit. So we'll see how she likes going to a movie theater at that point. Definitely not seeing this movie in theaters because I will have a baby at this point. Isn't that crazy? Thinking about DC's League of Super Pets.
That's a TV show.
No, it's a movie, I thought.
It is? It's an animated movie.
Yes. It's Illumination Studio, so it's the guys that did Despicable Me and Minions.
Okay.
They're partnering up with Warner Brothers to release that. Cool. Kevin Hart is, I think, Crypto. Okay. In this, okay. And I don't know anything other than that. I didn't even bother watching the trailer. It's just something I mentioned. This is just a list of everything that was shown.
Cool. They put out a couple of DC Lego sets a couple years ago. Yes, everything's about Legos. And
well, no, wait. Tyler, is everything about Legos?
Yes.
What?
And one of them was Lobo and his big motorcycle, okay? Excuse me. And Superman and then Crypto. There was a Crypto minifigure. And then there was another set. I can't remember who the villain was or whatever, but it was Batman and Ace, the Bat Hound. And it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he might be Ace. I don't know. I don't know who's who. I didn't even look at the cast.
Who is Batman?
Because no, I'm pretty sure I saw that he was cast as Crypto. I gotta look.
I think Batman was Killer Frost.
But either way, I think that's cool that DC is diversifying itself to have a more family-friendly movie. Sure. I'm not gonna go see this movie. I'll probably. You know what's gonna happen is
You're gonna get it for your kid.
Well, no, it's the fact that I have a niece and nephew that are young enough to probably enjoy that movie. So I'm probably gonna see it a few times, if I'm being honest.
But let's talk about Black
Adam. I want to clarify this real quick. But Black Adam, I was a little disappointed, and I'll explain why. Oh, The Rock is Crypto?
I don't know.
I guess The Rock is Crypto.
Okay, whatever.
Kevin Hart is Ace, I think. Okay. Let me just double check.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck. All right, yeah, I was right. So The Rock is Crypto, and Kevin Hart is Ace. So there you go. Now, there you go. That's all you're going to get for coverage on DC League of Super Pets, and it's already too long. Let's talk about Black Adam.
I was going to say, I'm like, let's move on. The tables are turned. I want to move on.
Move on.
So what were you disappointed about?
Well,
I mean,
okay. Here's why I'm disappointed, and it's the same thing. Like in the Flash and Shazam, I liked that they showed me the behind the scenes footage and them talking about it, and like even with Aquaman showing the concept art. But it's like with Black Adam, this movie's coming out in July. So, and I understand that he said they were in post production, but I was like, the clip that we saw was good, but it's like that's all we're gonna get, and this movie's in post. But my guess is they're still editing it. So this was just like one of the slices, the earliest slice from the film, and it's like it does. And somebody wrote this on I don't know which article it was. I didn't read it, but I saw a headline that it says it gives off Mummy vibes. Mummy.
I just don't understand how anybody can be like, I'm a fan of Black Adam, and I was born to play this. Really? Him? All right.
You don't think The Rock is a good cast?
No, I'm saying like Black Adam.
Yeah, I don't know if I really buy that. No, what I'm saying, I think what he's saying is like this character was made for him. Like he realized in the process of making this movie, like this story appeals to him and this character appeals to him.
Yeah, I mean whatever, dude. Like I like The Rock. He's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. He clearly. My mom went and saw Jungle Cruise.
I saw Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, and he was good in that.
I'm interested to see The Rock play a villain.
Have I seen him in any movies? I'm trying to figure out if I ever. I think I watched that CIA movie with Kevin
But
Hart.
I think what's happening with Black
was
Adam,
that CIA when he was fat when they
Central
were in high school?
Intelligence, yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Whatever.
What I'm trying to say is, they're gonna do a Venom thing with him. Are they gonna make him an anti-hero instead of a villain? Because
Yeah, in the New 52, he was a straight up murderer, dude.
well, he is in this. In this clip, he straight up kills a guy. But so I'm wondering if this movie tries to make him a little bit more sympathetic, since he's going to be the main villain in Shazam 3. Which, and by the way, I understand the decision. It's DC doing a different approach. It's DC saying, okay, we've invested so much money in this. We're getting Dwayne The Rock Johnson to be fucking Black Adam. We should give him a movie. Because he's a megastar, it's going to make us money, and it's a way to say, like, look, we did something different than Marvel. And we did something different than Sony, where we actually made a good main villain story.
Mm-hmm.
And not... And I get what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and, again, make him sympathetic, make you root for him, and then you're, like, devastated when he shows up in Shazam 3. Because then I'm wondering, is he going to fucking murder their Marvel family and... Shazam 3 and then it's just down to Billy, which would be insane and a movie I would want to see, because I want to see, if we're going to make Black Adam up to be this fucking badass, have him do something impactful and like killing off the Marvel family. That would be insane. But then you might go in an R rating, because that would be pretty brutal. But my point is, I'm excited to see Black Adam. I think it's interesting because they're doing the Justice Society, which is fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Pierce Brosnan. He's always one of my favorites. Did you ever see The Matador,
No.
where he plays like a
Matador?
no. He plays a hitman, but he's like off his game. It's really funny.
No.
You ever wanted to see Pierce Brosnan in a Speedo?
Ooh.
There you go.
No, that excited me a lot too. Was when they did that, but the reason I was disappointed, I just wanted to see just a little bit more. But overall, it looks great. I love the fact that we are doing the Justice Society, and we have Hawkman. And this is the thing that sucks, is I heard a rumor, and they never showed it in this, but I heard a rumor that like his costume, Hawkman's costume, is like one of the most comic accurate looking costumes. Like, hell yeah. So he's going to have these big fucking wings and this big helmet. Like, we are at the point now where in 2000... when the first X-Men came out, you couldn't make comic accurate costumes. But we have spent 21 years of watching superhero movies where we're like, yes, make it accurate. Mm. I even told a friend of mine, I was like, I will only accept the X-Men, the new Marvel Studios X-Men, is if Wolverine is in the yellow and blues. That's the only way I'll accept it. Okay. Yeah, that's my point. So the fact that we saw the helm, the golden helm of fucking Dr. Fate, I'm so in. Because I love the fact that they're doing Dr. Fate, because he's such a niche, deep-cut character that DC doesn't utilize enough of, and it could be really fun with him. And especially in Pierce Brosnan being Dr. Fate's dope.
When they had the Superpowers Kenner collection, the action figures, Dr. Fate was one of the second wave, I believe. Yeah. But they made some... Go look that up. Go Google that. It's a Super Friends action figure collection. They had some really kick-ass.
So, yeah, July 29th is going to be Black Adam, so that's going to be their big summer blockbuster. Which I think it's smart to start with the Batman in March and then do Black Adam in July. Which, by the way, dude, 2022 is going to be packed with superhero movies. We're going to talk about Marvel here in a minute. And by minute, I mean never. Next up, November 4th, 2022. I didn't even know this was coming out next year. The Flash, which it should just be called Flashpoint.
Yeah, I think they're trying to avoid that.
Even though that's clearly what it is. But yeah, so we get a little glimpse of that.
Yeah, dude, we talked about this
Michael
off the
Keaton
air.
narrates it.
Yeah, hey, Ezra, what the fuck are you wearing, man? I mean,
I've never
chest
thought
hair
or
choker. You can't have both. Get a fucking haircut, man. Goddamn.
Hey, man, when did you become the judge on fashion?
I was waiting for him to say, like, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, just being a dork. Like, I guess if you're a famous actor and you're
just being a
making
dude.
enough money, you can just fucking wear.
Regardless,
whatever you
let's
want.
talk about the actual trailer.
It annoyed me. By the time the trailer started,
So
I was like,
what
well,
did you
fuck.
what did you think? Again, as you having this intimate memory with Batman '89, how did you feel watching it with Michael Keaton narrating it and then getting that little glimpse at the end of him in
I
the
didn't
suit?
realize it was Michael Keaton narrating it. I'm terrible at that shit. I'll watch like a trailer like 5 times and somebody will be like, yeah, I'll read like an article like, here's some Easter eggs from the trailer. Like, this guy was narrating it. Like, I did not know. So I like that Michael Keaton's in it. I love the idea of a Flashpoint like reset kind of the DCU sort of, I guess.
Well, I think what it's trying to say is like, yeah, I think this is setting up the idea that they wanted, which is there's 2 different versions of DC movies. There's the Joker movie, there's the Batman, like that's a separate thing, and the Suicide Squad and Black Adam, Shazam, like these are the new 52 essentially. Like this is the new main canon. Yes, that Snyder stuff exists, but
Excuse me.
we're in the era now where these movies are replicating comic books, and they're like, well, every movie means something now.
Yeah. No, I've been excited for
Which
this.
is good and bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I think DC, you just keep doing what you're doing, which is, you make movies because they're going to be good. If you have an overreaching plan, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Just give me quality movies. That's why the MCU is so successful, is because they've been able to connect everything, but it's also quality shit that they're connecting. It's not like, hey, here's a shitty TV show, let's connect it. Like, let's not. The Inhumans, a good example. We're not going to connect that to the MCU. Why? Because it was shitty, and we're going to scrap it. Like they'll do that. Fuck it. But yeah, DC, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm excited for The Flash. I'm excited for all these movies that are on.
Well,
this
that's what I will
list.
say. Like as a show, DC FanDome sucked. Like as a press conference, I guess. Because it was like 4 hours. I was like, I'm not gonna watch that shit. Like when
I waited till the next day. And then YouTube.
whenever they do live
And then
streams,
YouTube
yeah,
it.
I just YouTube it. Not even that. You just wait like 30 minutes or an hour after the show, and you'll see all the trailers on their YouTube.
I forgot about it. Till the next day.
But
then I remembered.
I found out on Saturday because I was just hanging out watching the Huskers fucking disappoint me, and then I was like, well, I looked at Twitter and I was like, oh shit, DC FanDome, but I waited because I never watch these fucking. The only time I ever really do it is like for E3 when Xbox has a press conference, but other than that, I'm like, I don't. Just fucking show me trailer. Like I don't watch D23. Do you think I fucking watch that?
HBO Max actually had like a special, like a DC
Like a
FanDome
sizzle.
special.
Oh well, they had it on HBO Max. It was live streamed on
right,
like,
that's what I'm
YouTube
saying.
and HBO Max.
And I saw that on HBO Max, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking watch that shit. So then I just looked online to see like what trailers and stuff were released, and then I went to YouTube.
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
typed
That's
Black
exactly.
Adam,
That's what I did.
The Flash.
But no, I think that was a cool trailer. I just wish we could have got a little more. I don't see the reason to tease the '89 Batmobile at the end of like him pulling it off, and being like, "Whoa!" but not showing it. It's like, dude, we know it's in the movie. Just show us the fucking Batmobile already.
I did. I thought.
What if he does it? What if he does it and it's the fucking Tumbler?
Right.
And then Christian Bale shows up.
I actually thought the same thing. I was like, why did they cut away?
Yeah, there was no need to cut away. Just show the Batmobile.
It's clearly like a big old dick in the middle there, which is the rocket.
Yeah, which is like it's a very distinct Batmobile. What if it's like the fucking Batman and Robin Batmobile?
or like the one from the 60s show?
Yeah.
All red and shit. Moving on.
Also, people people tend to forget that Ben Affleck's in this. And so why don't we get like a glimpse of him?
Right. And we've talked about this before as well. I liked Batfleck.
I did too.
I thought he was really good.
I think Pattinson.
He had the perfect fucking attitude of fuck.
Tying it back to the Batman, I'm very excited for Pattinson.
Pattinson,
yeah. Yeah, dude. I think I just talked about how I hate trailers giving too much away.
Mhm.
But
Right.
it was just so funny because that's just human beings. We're such contradictions. But I am glad that they didn't show. At the same time, I am glad that they didn't show Batfleck and they didn't give us too much.
Sure.
And I think the reason for that is the same thing for Black Adam and a lot of these movies that we're noticing is I think the Flash is wrapped. They're in post-production. I think they're still editing that movie and they only gave a piece that was done. And then they had that B-roll and they just threw on Keaton's voiceover just to give a little tease. And you know what? That's good enough, dude.
It's clearly
that was good enough.
It's clearly going to be comic accurate to the story. Barry goes back in time to save his mom.
But this is the thing. That's all I need. That's all I need to see. What I saw.
thought that was Thrawn. No, not Thrawn. Thorn. The Reverse Flash. When they first showed the guy in front of the house, I thought that was Reverse Flash showing up to kill his mom. But it was clearly him showing up at his mom's house.
Oh, shit, yeah. I wonder who they're going to get for Reverse Flash. We don't know anything about that. So, again, I like knowing
Reverse
a lot.
Flash's real name is something stupid.
I like knowing a lot, but I also like knowing very little. I think, honestly, this is a good enough trailer to get me excited to. Because I was already like, how the fuck are they going to pull this off? There seems like there's too many Batman
if you're
in
a
this.
comic book nerd, man, movies are just making you jerk off every day,
Jesus
man. You don't even need to watch
Christ.
porn anymore. You
Not
just
really.
go online.
I like the shot of the
whoa.
multiple Ezra Millers at the end of this trailer. That was pretty cool too. So
You
clearly,
are.
also, can we acknowledge? And we kind of touched on it. Can we acknowledge the fact that we're gonna have two blockbuster movies, blockbuster mainstream franchises: Spider-Man: No Way Home and fucking The Flash, where we are going to have mainstream movies acknowledge a multiverse and build a franchise on the idea that everything that you've seen before is all a part of this grand multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
That's cool.
Because we're gonna get it.
That's what I was talking about jerking off.
That's what I mean. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it with. We're gonna get it with Spider-Man in December, and then
You're gonna get it with Spider-Man right up your ass.
That's
Wow.
what is wrong?
What happened?
Yeah. And again, another movie that I did not expect to be coming out in 2022, December 16th, right around Christmas time, just like the original, Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom. Now, this movie is intriguing to me because, again, this was another example of it was just behind the scenes footage because they're still filming. They've not announced that they've wrapped filming on that movie yet. So we only got to see Jason Momoa show up to set, like him driving and be like, "I love this shit," and then James Wan and I kind of, I love this shit. You know, I would want to see a trailer, but I do like that they do the behind the scenes shit and you see the concept art and you kind of see the process of the movie. I'm a nerd for shit like that, so it was nice to see a lot of those. And I think this was the one I was most excited about because I still know nothing about what they're gonna do. Because clearly Black Manta's back.
Yeah.
But Ocean Master didn't die. Ocean Master's in this too. Orm is back. So I'm wondering how they're going to do that. And they showed off the new suit, the stealth suit. I don't know. You wanted to talk about... So
Aquaman, I didn't... Okay, so Black Adam and Aquaman I didn't get to. Everything else on this list I saw.
Okay. Well, Aquaman didn't show a trailer.
Right, but I haven't seen... Yeah, anyway.
But I'm interested to see what that is. But speaking of Aquaman, you for some reason have an axe to grind with HBO Max.
What the fuck is with the King of Atlantis cartoon?
It looks like I think it's the guys that did.
James
I want to say
producer.
Grandpa Uncle or something like that. There was a cartoon that they did that. Oh shit! It's gonna drive me nuts.
It's just a bizarre fucking cartoon, and everybody is super annoying.
Well, it's not for you, buddy.
Like, apparently so.
I think, yeah, they're targeting... Well, it's the same guys that did the Thundercats reboot.
Okay, I started watching it to be like, hey, cool, maybe it's like another Harley Quinn type thing, but it's definitely not. Like, Mira is the most annoying character in the universe in this thing.
Oh, my goodness, really?
Yeah. Every so often, she just yells for no reason.
Atomic Monster is the guys that did it, and they've done a lot of work with Cartoon Network and stuff in the past.
Yeah, it's clearly made for kids. If this,
Yeah, clearly
if this
a
is
younger
what,
demo.
If this is what kids are into these days, God help us, Jesus Christ. That's what
You know what you're sounding
makes
like.
them
You know what
laugh.
you're sounding like right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're sounding like an old man who doesn't understand cartoons. And I'm with you. I'd probably say the same thing if I watched it.
I want you to see it.
I
So you can be
don't want to watch it.
No. Seriously, all you have to do is like watch the first 5 minutes to be like, okay, you'll get it. That first 5 minutes will tell you all you need to know about that show. Because guess what? I watched the whole 45-minute first episode. You don't need 45 minutes in a cartoon. 20 fucking 2. Okay.
All right, Shazam sequel. Shazam,
That looked
Fury
pretty neat.
of the Gods. We got to see Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren
Got to
being
see
badasses.
Jimon coming back. Jimon Hounsou
Yeah.
as
we
what's his name
haven't
again?
really talked about this. I fucking love the first Shazam.
Is
movie.
that his name? Shazam?
I don't know. What?
The wizard in the cave.
It's
Jimon
Shazam.
Hounsou.
It's Shazam.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and the actual.
No, but what did you think of
superhero
that
is
movie?
Captain
We've never really talked about that movie together.
I liked it.
I love that movie.
I have been, I was in a relationship for a long time, and we went and saw every single Marvel movie in the theater. Black Panther was almost an exception because we just had so much shit going on when it actually came out. We were watching all the stuff about how great it was, and we finally got to see it like a month after it was out. Like on a discount, like weekend, something like that. But I'm really glad we got to go. Anyway. But we have never, except for Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, we did not see any of the DC movies in theaters at all.
Yeah.
We just didn't. And then when the DVD or Blu-ray came out, we'd buy it and watch it. So Shazam was that one of those movies. It was, obviously like almost 6 months afterwards that I finally saw it, and I enjoyed it. I had heard very good things about it. Zachary Levi clearly is really good with the character. They didn't. The trailer kind of worried me, the first movie, because you were like, okay, God, is it going to be like all like tongue-in-cheek type shit? But it's not.
I think that's what excited me about the trailer, was the fact that it was such a different DC movie.
I was saying that too, but I was saying like, please don't have that like be like the whole movie. I don't think it was. I think it was just the right amount of humor, because you can be too tongue in cheek.
But yeah, you can be too jokey.
You can wink to the audience only so many
there's,
times.
There's episodes of What If where in things where Marvel makes, I'm like, okay, we get it. Everybody got their jokes in. Let's fucking
right, exactly. So
yeah.
That's one thing I liked about it, is that it had a lot of heart, and it was a lot about the best superhero movies are not just about superheroes. Shazam, the first Shazam movie, is about family.
It's about learning to be like having a family that loves
different
you.
kinds of families.
I'm excited about this new movie because this is what I was telling when I saw it in theaters. I remember coming out of the theater and telling my friends, being like, this is how you know how much I enjoyed this movie and how much I bought in. At the end of the movie, where they grab the staff and they all say Shazam and they become the Shazam family, I was excited and I was happy at that sequence.
I was going to say, you don't say you cried, because that's bullshit.
No, but I was actually
I
was happy for those fucking kids. And so now I'm excited to see them in this new movie and seeing that dynamic of the Marvel family and how they're going to work. And their suits look fucking awesome. I love the updated suits. And I'm wondering how they're going to it's going to be hard, because we just talked about this a little bit before we recorded off the air about the Halloween movies. With how Halloween Kills doesn't feel satisfying because there's a third movie. Because I'm wondering, knowing what we know now, if I'm worried that this movie, the villains aren't going to live up, because we know in Shazam 3, Black Adam's going to come around.
I think I trust who's the director again? Sandberg.
Well, it's a different. I think
it's the same guy, David F. Sandberg. Same guy.
It is the same
Yep,
one? Okay,
same
that's
guy.
good.
So I trust the cast and the director, I think, because of the first movie.
Because the movie works. Yeah, the first movie works so well.
I trust them to build a type of Empire Strikes Back second movie type of. You're gonna
Wow.
satisfy some shit. I'm not comparing it to.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
It'll be a satisfying sequel.
that's like if you want to look for a good second movie in a threequel or in a trilogy, in a trilogy, Empire Strikes Back is where you go first.
Everybody says that.
It's because it's the best one. It's darker than the first one. It answers questions and it asks more, and it's just like fuck. It leaves you with more, and I think that's what they're gonna do, and I think they also kind of tease that Black Adam is like on his way. I think they kind of throw some sort of acknowledgement.
I think there's an Easter egg in the first movie.
Maybe
that there's when they all sit at the seats.
Yeah,
there's an empty spot, and I
be.
think that's implying that's Black Adam.
I think you're right. Yeah, but I think keep doing with that stuff, and then
also, are we gonna get a connection to the fucking worm?
You can leave it on You can leave it on a cliffhanger if you want.
Well, I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
But I don't think you should.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's gonna end. And that's it. And then you're gonna get a post-credit sequence of Black Adam awakening or something.
Well, okay, here's
because the first movie is clearly
one of the things.
Black Adam is clearly a period piece,
right?
And he's gonna be in a slumber, and I think he gets woken up when Billy becomes Shazam.
Maybe.
I think that's what they might do. I don't know.
Anyway, one of the things that again I can't stop talking about it because it's still one of the best movies ever. Empire Strikes Back. One of the things it does well, it does end on a cliffhanger, but it doesn't end on the cliffhanger. It ends with them like staring off into the sunset type of thing, and things are going
like it's gonna happen eventually.
Right, but it doesn't. It's not a.
Yeah.
When you're a little kid, you're like. You don't think so much about that stuff, and I think you can do it in such a way. Anyway, I'm
excited.
Couple
more movies were announced, but Catwoman Hunted is an animated movie. Just wanted to make that clear because I have Batgirl and Blue Beetle are both going to be live action, but they're HBO Max exclusive. So
Blue Beetle looks cool.
So I think it's interesting that we're going to get these straight to streaming on HBO Max. I kind of like that.
There is a connection.
Because
yeah.
Then you can watch those. So then you can make them connected to the. So they're kind of doing what Disney Plus is doing, but instead of using familiar characters, in the DCEU, they're using characters in DC,
so,
and I think that's a smart idea.
HBO Max, just a heads up. I know that in the comics there's a connection between Ted Kord and Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle that is going to be depicted in the film. Please have that. And also, please somehow make a Blue Beetle Booster Gold movie happen, like a buddy cop movie, because that would be fucking... And have Keith Geffen be involved,
Honestly,
please.
You know what the biggest disappointment from DC FanDome for me was? We still don't know shit about the Green Lantern series.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about Green Lantern
even
Corps.
Being filmed or anything?
They won't say anything. And then this show has been in development since like fucking 2018.
Just come out and tell us you scrapped it. It's fine. We'll be fine.
Or at the very least start over.
Right.
So moving on to games that they showed off, and these were not announced.
Channing Tatum as Guy Gardner.
Interesting. So here are the games. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. This is from Rocksteady. They're the guys that did the Batman Arkham series. Based on the trailer, I'm really fucking excited, and I think it's really cool. And this is interesting that they showed this off because it looked like for a while Marvel was kind of running away with games because Sony announced the Spider-Man 2 coming to PS5. They announced fucking Wolverine. Now they got this other game, Midnight Suns, coming out. Like, so it's nice to see that DC
Ghost Rider's in that.
It was nice to see DC also being like, hey, don't forget that we have games coming out, and they look fucking rad. So Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League, what I gathered from the trailer, Task Force X is brought in because the Justice League is being mind controlled by Brainiac. Because it was definitely like Brainiac's like structures, his like mechanical like squid looking things. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. They're kind of ripping apart the city, and then Superman's eyes were like glowing purple. So I was like, okay, so they're being mind controlled by Brainiac, and that's the whole thing. Like you see you see him fighting the Flash and Green Lantern, And it looks like Wonder Woman isn't mind controlled, so maybe she helps Suicide Squad. I don't know. Regardless, it looks fucking rad. I'm really interested in it.
Nerd.
Wow. And then also Gotham Knights. They showed off this fact that they're bringing in the Court of Owls into this. So I'm wondering how that's going to work story wise with the Bat family.
There's been a lot of
the Court of the Owls.
criticism that since the New 52 ended, that the Court of Owls Talon has been present, but the Court of Owls has not been present in the Bat books since the end of the New 52.
Oh shit.
So fans are like, what happened to him?
And let's talk about some TV and HBO Max announcements. January 13th, Peacemaker is coming to HBO Max. I'm fucking excited. I'm so in.
I don't think we really need to talk about how great this is going to be. I mean, we both gushed about John Cena in the Suicide Squad movie. Yeah.
I like that this is going to be a redemption arc. I like that this is going to make, cuz
I can't wait to see Eagly.
Well, and that's what the funny thing is, and I don't believe James Gunn when he says this. He's like, we feel like, well, no, I think how he phrased it was, by the end of the movie, yeah, John Cena's character is a fuck. And you're like, what the hell, man? But watching it a second time, I was like, this is so heartbreaking to see this, because you fall in love with John Cena's character, and you really root for him, especially after that bar scene. And then at the end of it, you're like, well, fuck this guy. And then James Gunn's like, well, I wrote a whole show to make you, like him again. And yeah, the trailer ending with him getting hugged by the eagle. Holy shit, dude. Dad, take a picture. It's interesting that they got, is it Robert Patrick? The dude from Terminator 2?
Yeah, the T-1000.
Yeah, he's his dad, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, nice. Stop.
That's what I saw in the trailers.
Does he have to go?
Yeah.
Okay. We can stop.
So, yeah, we can all agree that Peacemaker looks fucking rad, and I'm so excited.
So excited.
Because it's clearly just more Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Stop. All right, so we're going to kind of run through these because there's a lot with the TV. But these are all shows that are getting renewed. Batwoman, The Flash, Superman and Lois, which also I've heard Superman and Lois is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I haven't seen it, but it's kind of a spin-off of the Supergirl.
yeah, because Superman is introduced in Supergirl.
Yeah.
That's also getting renewed. DC's Legends of Tomorrow is getting renewed. Harley Quinn is getting renewed. Titans, Young Justice, and Doom Patrol are all getting renewed as well.
I just started watching the second season of Doom Patrol again. I
haven't even finished the first season.
I binged the first season because it's so fucking good. And then I watched the first episode of the second season, but I don't know, just things weren't right for me to want to watch the rest of it. So now I'm on the third or fourth episode of season 2. They already have season 3 out, and season 3 is about to premiere, I think. And season 4 is in production, I think. So awesome. That's a really great show if you get a chance to watch it. Hey, can we talk real quick? Also, Batman Caped Crusader, what's that?
It's the original Batman the Animated Series team.
Mm.
This is going to be a different approach that they said is going to be more of a noir style Batman. That there's no Justice League, there's no Robin. It's kind
I
of
just rolled my
bones.
eyes so hard I sprained my eyeballs.
Why?
A more noir approach to Batman. Where the fuck have I heard that before?
I don't understand why you hate Batman so much.
Because he sucks.
He is the best character DC has.
No.
He's the Mickey Mouse of DC.
No.
He built that brand.
Did you know?
Everybody's like, oh, no, it was Superman. No, it was Batman.
Actually, yeah, no. Do you know what DC stands for?
Detective Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Dean Cain being a piece of shit.
So just
they at FanDome they announced that they changed the catchphrase
from Truth, Justice,
for
and
Superman.
the American Way to Truth and Justice, and I can't remember what. I don't know. It's more inclusive, basically.
Yes.
Truth and Justice and Liberty
It's
for
like
everybody, or something like that.
Whoa.
What?
We didn't even plan that.
Anyway, Dean Cain, who lucked into a show.
It's Truth and Justice for a Better Tomorrow.
That's
Or
perfect.
Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow, which honestly is a better catchphrase.
Yeah. Also, if you notice, Truth, Justice, and the American Way are like mutually exclusive. So it's not Truth, Justice, and or the American Way. It's Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Two different things.
Oh, my phone got disconnected.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, I'll vamp while you get it connected again. So, anyway, the point is, Dean Cain, who lucked into a TV show and somehow turned it into some other shit, you know.
There we go.
He's a big enough celebrity to probably be able to get guest star on shit for the rest of his life. But you know what? You know what? Some asshole convinced him that the reason why he doesn't get more roles is because of the libtards in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he became a conservative actor. Oh, Dean, you piece of fucking garbage. So he's all pissed because he's pissed about the bisexual
You know what he
Superman.
wants?
$1 million, bitch.
You know what he's going to get?
What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. I don't know. What?
It's another Alex Jones.
I'll eat your ass.
That's what he's going to get. But Dean Cain, hey, listen. The reason why you don't get better parts is because you're a shitty actor.
No, it's because
You are a shitty
It's
actor.
because,
you were good enough for that stupid Lois and Clark bullshit for however long it ran.
Sorry,
bitch.
I didn't mean to
You
hit that
probably
one.
made that an episode by the end, and it's not our fault that you squandered your fucking money. And whatever dipshit that you're hanging out with, whatever hanger-on or agent who convinced you of this, you know what? Fine, you're right. You don't get parts because of libtards in Hollywood. Great. But you know what? Fuck you. You don't know shit about Superman. Probably didn't know shit about him before you fucking auditioned for the part that you lucked into.
This isn't a glee club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a better slogan. Can we stop with this whole
Yeah.
who cares if Superman's bisexual? Who cares if they change the slogan? Who fucking cares?
You know, honestly, if you're conservative and you read comic books, just stop. It's not made for you. It really isn't. You're a fucking paranoid fucking fearmonger, and that's what comics are about. Comic books are about inclusivity. Comic books are about being able to see yourself in the pages and find hope for a better tomorrow. Because, hey, something out there is different. There's something that will take me out of this doldrum existence, this fucking existence where, you know, a little kid can read a comic book and forget about the fact that his fucking dad beats his mom and shit like that, okay?
Wow.
I'm just saying, conservatives, stop. You don't need to anymore. We don't
All right.
care. Just
You
stop.
got that out of the way?
Yeah.
Now we lost all of our conservative listeners.
The two of them? I think we already lost one because of what happened last weekend, but you know.
Wowzers. Okay.
You know who I'm talking about.
Nice meme.
Let's talk about Marvel and some delays. Speaking of conservatives, pissing me off. COVID. No. No, but because of COVID being that pesky little bitch that it is, we have some delays.
Is that what the reasoning is?
That is a direct quote from
Okay.
Disney.
Okay.
COVID being that pesky little bitch. Fucked up the Marvel schedule. So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is moved from March 25th to May 6th.
That's almost 2 months.
Thor
It's like 3 weeks.
Thor will get moved.
You know how long April
Shut
is?
up. Thor will get moved for 2 months. Thor Love and Thunder is moving from May 6th to July 8th.
That's not very nice.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever is moving from July 8th to November 11th.
That's bullshit.
And then
It's like 6 months.
the Marvels is moving from November 11th to February 17th, 2023. And Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is moving from February 17th, 2023 to July 23rd, 2023. Ow. Just hit the mic into my mouth. And did you see that Indiana Jones 5 is delayed a whole year?
Yeah, but that's because I think they were realizing that they should not be making this movie.
Are they just trying to wait for Harrison Ford to die? Is that their goal now with the next Indiana Jones? It wouldn't surprise me, Disney. Wow. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, so that's a little frustrating. But you can tell which movies are really done. But I think that you can tell which movies are Love and Thunder's wrapped. Multiverse of Madness is wrapped. So they're done. They're just in post-production. So moving them a couple months is really not going to hurt the movie.
Is he whining up there?
Itself. Yeah, I don't care. I've ignored him. He's done.
Clearly Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Evangeline Lilly actually tweeted the other day that they were halfway through filming.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting what Jonathan Majors we're going to get in Quantumania. Are we getting Kang, or are we getting a different version?
Paul Rudd, in a recent interview, gushed on Jonathan Majors in Quantumania, working with him.
Yeah. Thanks for the insight, Tyler. You beautiful bitch. Speaking of Tyler, let's get to the long dimensions. Tyler's Some dude just crashed their car. Like,
what? Whoa! Acid
you just
flashback.
yeah, I was just saying you triggered an LSD, PSD moment, BTSD.
So for a change, generally in the long box, I talk about comic book series or miniseries or runs of comic books that I really enjoy. You can find them in collected works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this week, I'm going to go ahead and call out Marvel for their and Lucasfilm for their shitty High Republic series.
Yeah.
Series.
It's series. Just
Multiple. Because there's IDW,
Multiple
there's
series.
Boom Studios, Marvel has a comic. It's not just one comic studio that is doing comics. But I've been reading now by all accounts and purposes, by everything I've read, like the Darth Vader, the more the closer to the original trilogy or the Skywalker saga, those comic books, like the Darth Vader ones, which kind of explain what he was doing between stuff and kind of a little more back. Those have been all really good. But I started reading the Knights of the Old Republic, I think it's called, but it's a High Republic arc, and it's talking about the Jedis, and it is so fucking boring. And this is what happens when you get too many cooks. And this is what happens when you get too many people involved and too many people going, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. You homogenize everything to the point where it's boring as fuck. And it makes no sense.
It's just padding.
They're fighting this gigantic plant thing from the Outer Rim, and they're teamed up with a hut, one of the huts.
Okay.
It's just boring. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because despite the fact that it was run by a rapist and misogynist, Mike Richardson, piece of shit.
Wow.
Dark Horse was a big beacon of light on the comic scene for a long time for creators. It was creator owned. It was great. They had they are the ones who came up with the Predator versus Batman and shit like that.
Yeah.
You were just insane, right? What? No. Yeah, but it worked.
It's actually not a bad crossover.
They all fucking worked. And why? Because they got together with DC. Marvel never fucking touched them, but DC would always.
Oh yeah, DC did a bunch of Dark Horse crossovers.
They also
Superman,
put them,
Batman versus Alien and Predator.
They put them all under the Elseworlds imprint. So it was
Yeah.
sweet, there you go. And but they did a Terminator series that was really good before Terminator 2 came out. They did a bunch of really good shit. And the
Don't
thing
forget
is,
the RoboCop versus the Terminator.
they reprinted. Yep. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Walt Simonson, sup? They did the. They reprinted the Marvel original Star Wars comic books, and they also had a bunch of Lucasfilm approved miniseries. They did these what if style books about
Star Wars.
Yeah, about like Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. They did a bunch of those, which were fucking great.
Yeah.
They did an actual comic book adaptation of the novelization of that Star Wars game where the Black Order or the Black Sun, Emperor Zhang or whatever. It was a video game.
Yeah.
The Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
They did a comic book adaptation of that. They did a comic book adaptation of the books that.
Well, yeah, Shadows of the Empire was like, isn't that supposed to be?
It's not canon anymore.
But when it wasn't it supposed to be Empire to Jedi, or was that
Between Empire and Jedi? Yeah.
Because I remember, I've never read that, but I remember everybody talking about that being like
It's part of the expanded universe that
Yeah.
is fondly remembered. There's a lot of stuff that they
the
haven't brought
Legends
over.
universe. Thanks Disney.
Yeah, fuck
You
off.
fuckers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like they allowed this one group of artists to create this story that was like 1,000 years before the Skywalker saga, and it was based on the Jedi and Sith. And the Sith were these bad motherfuckers who were
Yeah.
just like, we're not going to give any more shit. At this point in the galaxy, where they're at is just all shit. And they got these guys called the High Jedi, and they're like elves, and they travel in these like flying boats, and they have wings and shit. And all of their sabers look like swords, like the hilts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really elaborate and really, really cool. And it's this kind of schism between the Sith are able to recruit from these lower caste Jedi,
Yeah.
Force sensitives, because these High Jedi are ignoring them. They're basically like, they're beneath us, whatever. And the High Jedi are forced to acknowledge these people to stop the spread of the Sith. And it involves these 3 kids, and one kid is called Bug, and there's these other 2 kids, and they all take different travels. One of them, they all start with the Jedi. One of them stays with them. Another kid, after a battle, slays a Jedi and joins the Sith. And then another kid entirely just like becomes friends with these Force-sensitive creatures that help her like stop. It's a fucking really brilliant and really well written and really imaginative and bold take on Star Wars, which is something that has been missing from the Disney adaptations so far. Ever since they scrapped all the legend, they've been very safe with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Now,
Can you
Mandalorian.
blame them? Star Wars fans are the worst.
Now, Mandalorian did take a lot of chances. That was cool. Book of Boba Fett is cool. They're doing Obi-Wan. Seems like they are turning a page. I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed, but the Twitter
Well, yeah, and when Star Wars Visions and all that.
The Twitter account said, exactly. Star Wars Visions is exactly the type of shit they need to be doing.
Yeah.
Take fucking chances. There are 100,000 artists in this world, writers, comic book writers, artists, musicians, whatever, actors that have grown up loving Star Wars, and they have their own take on it based on their own experiences. And man, how cool is that if you let them have their way, like Rian Johnson did in The Last Jedi? You fucks. Oh, that was too much. Oh.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Anyway. True stuff.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Star Wars fans are the worst, but you know what you need? You need to stop fucking living in stagnation land, okay? I mean, the Skywalker saga is over and done with. In fact, come on, really? There's so much Star Wars shit that's out there that is untold, that is so much better than the crap that you just saw for the last 10 years.
You know what
on
it
the
does?
Screen.
I'll eat your ass.
Uh-huh. You know what? I say
I still like the sequel trilogy, though.
Give Tyler all the money.
$1 million, bitch.
Let's do it.
I will literally take $1 million to
You know what,
overhaul the
Tyler?
Star Wars.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have
media universe.
anything for Jake Unlimited this week, so
Fuck you,
I
dude.
figured you just doing that little tangent is good enough for me because I couldn't think of a book because I haven't been reading. I'll be honest.
Well, the internet situation is
Anyway, Hoosiers.
tenuous at
Thanks
best.
so much for listening to another episode of Off Panel Off Topic.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Off Panel Off Topic. with
Why?
Jake
Why?
and Tyler.
Why are you saying
And that's it.
Tyler.